Hello guys, welcome back. Today we are looking at the functions. First of all, we have to define the function. It is a function is a rule associated to each element of one set, which is the input and the outputs. Things to consider when dealing with the functions. One, we have domain. Two, we have range. You can use flowchart to express functions. Input is equal to a box. We have x2 equal to plus c3, which is equal to output. So here, where domain lies on, it's an input. A domain is an input. This is the domain, and the output it's a range. So let's write this one into functions. They need to be f of x, which is equal to this one. It will be 2x plus 3. So if you are given a function like this one, if there's no power here, just know that this function is in a straight line. So now let's try to analyze this one. If you have here x and here f of x, then here if you have a range from -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, then let's substitute where there is x, we put -2, then here it will be, if we put 2 open, -2 plus 3, 2 times -2, which is -4, plus 3, which is -1, because we follow the sign which is in bigger number, so it will be -1. Then when we put -1, -2 times -1, it will be -2 plus 3. Then here it will be +1, because we follow the sign which is in bigger number. So here it's 1. Then when we add 0 here, 2 times 0, which is 0, plus 3, so it will be 3. Then when we substitute 1 here, 1, 2 times 1, which is 2, plus 3, which is equals to 5, so here it will be 5. Then when we substitute with 2, 2 times the 2, which is 4, plus 3, which is 7. So here it will be 7. So this to put it on a graph, the values which you have found for y is this one, and for x is this one, because here f of x means that you have y equals 2x plus 3. So let's try to analyze this one on graph. Let's try to draw this graph. This is the y and this is x-axis. In y we have from -1, here it's -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then here we're starting from negative, this is -1, -2, and this is 0. Then here 1 up to 2. So we follow the range now. 2 is varying with -1, so it will be here. This is -1 for y, and -1 for x is varying with 2. -1 for x is varying with 2, so 2 is here. Then 0 is varying with 3, so 0 y, so it's here where x is 0. Then 1 and 5, so 1 and 5 here. 1 and 5, yeah, this is the one, so it will be here. Then 2 and 7, so it's here. 2 and 7, so here, somewhere here. So this one made a mistake here, so let's write 4, then 3 here. Then the line will pass from here, will go like this one. This one, it's a straight line, yeah. This is a line for 2x plus 3. Now let's solve for if we have a quadratic function. A quadratic function will look like this one, x equals x squared. So let's analyze this one. If you have a quadratic function, let's use the same language which we have used for a line, for equation of a line, for a straight line here. So this is x, this is f of x equals x squared. Then here we are going to have -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. So let's substitute now where there's f of x. We substitute with -2, which is equal to -2 squared is equal to 4. Then if we place -1, it will be -1 squared, which is 1. If we press 0, it will be 0 squared, which is equals to 0. When we press 1, it should be 1 squared, which is equal to 1. When we substitute with these two here, which is equal to 2 squared, which is equal to 4. So let's use this variables to plot on the graph. Then now let's try to write the value which you have found. Here we have found 4, here 4, or here 1, here it's 1, then here 0, 1, 4. Let's try to plot this point on a graph. Then it will be like this one. The points for the range for x, it is -1 and -2. This is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Then here at the positive side we have 1, 2. For y it starts from 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's plot this point on a graph. -2 goes with the +4. Then -1 goes with the 1, so it's here. Then 0 goes with the 0. This is 0, so pass here. Then 1, it goes with the 1 here. Then 2 and 4, it's here. So the graph will be like this one. We'll pass here, go like this one. So this is the f of x, which is equal to x squared. So now let's analyze also this one, a cubic function, using the same range. If you have this is x, this is f of x, then here we are going to have -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Then let's substitute where there is x here. It will be f of x, which is here where there is x, we put -2, then which is equal to -2 power 3. Then the answer it will be -8, because when we multiply -2 times -2 times -2, the answer it will be -8. Then when we substitute here where there is x, we put -1, it will be -1 power 3, which is equal to -1. Then when we substitute with the 0, it will be 0 cubed, which is equal to 0. Then when we replace it with 1, we are going to have 1 cubed, which is equal to 1. Then when we replace it with the 2 here where there is x, it will be 2 cubed, which is equal to 8. So now let's try to plot these coordinates on a graph. So now let's try to write down the point we had. Here we had the -8, here we had the -1, here 0, here 1, here 8. So now let's try to draw a graph. The graph will look like this one. The S number for y it's 8 and for x it's 2. So the graph will look like this one. The graph will be like this one. This is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the x-axis we have -1, -2, here 1, 2, here there is 0. So if you are using a graph, the point will come out clearly, but here I'm just using the board. So let's try to plot the coordinate now. We have -2 and 8. -2 and 8. So -2 and 8, it is here. -1 and -1. So it's the -1 and -1, it's here. -1. So -1, it's here. Then 0 here. 0 to 0. Then 1 to 1 here. Then 2 to 8. 2 to 8, it will be like this one. So now let's try to draw this graph. It should be like this one. And here, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Then here we are going to use the range of 2. So it will be 2, 4, 6, 8. Then here down, -2, -4, -4. Here, -6, -8. Here in the x-axis, we are going to use the same scale, which is -1, -2. Here it's 1 and 2. Let's plot now. So here is the -2 and -8. So -2 and -8 is this one. -1 and 1. -1 and -1. -1 and -1 is somewhere here. Let's make it here. Then 0 to 0, it is passing here. Then 1 to 1, it is passing here somewhere here. Then 2 to 8 here. So let's draw a curve now. It will be like this one. So this is a curve of where f of x is n cubic. So now function can be solved in quadratic, linear equation, and the cubic function. Also in engineering, we can use functions. So thank you for watching.